Bashar al-Assad's regime has fallen, and in Rojava, many Kurds took to the streets to celebrate. Many are asking why these people are celebrating. In this video, we will discuss the latest developments in Syria, the most likely future scenarios, as well as a historical look at who the Assad family was and what they actually did to the Kurds. Turkey has continued its cross-border offensives, targeting Kurdish-led forces under the pretext of fighting terrorism. This has led to widespread displacement and heightened tensions between regional powers. By financing proxies, the Turkish state has become a significant player in the Syrian war. The groups worth noting include the Syrian National Army, SNA, which operates under Turkey's direct command and financial support. The SNA emerged from the fragmentation of the Free Syrian Army, FSA. Another group making recent headlines is Hay'at Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, an offshoot of the al-Nusra Front and al-Qaeda. HTS is designated as a terrorist organization by several Western countries. Although Turkey cannot openly support them, evidence suggests that support is being provided covertly. Meanwhile, countries like the United States and Russia are recalibrating their strategies in Syria. While the US maintains a presence in the northeast to support the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, against ISIS, they carried out 75 strikes against ISIS locations on Sunday, underscoring their commitment. Russia, however, has lost significant ground in Syria due to its ongoing war in Ukraine, limiting its ability to fully support Bashar al-Assad's regime, which ultimately led to its collapse. On the morning of December 8, rebels took the capital, forcing Bashar al-Assad to flee Syria. Initial reports claimed he was killed, but he was later confirmed to be safe in Russia. Many Kurds began celebrating, and for good reason. The Assad family has a long and dark history of persecuting the Kurds of Rojava. While much of the world focuses on Assad's broader atrocities against the Syrian population, the specific crimes committed against the Kurdish people are a dark chapter that deserves more attention. Even before the 2011 uprising, Assad's regime systematically suppressed Kurdish identity. Under the 1962 Arabization campaign, hundreds of thousands of Kurds were stripped of citizenship, leaving them stateless. This meant Kurds were denied access to medical care, property ownership, employment in state institutions, and other basic rights. Additionally, the regime banned Kurdish language, music, culture, and traditions, including Nuros, while replacing Kurdish names with Arabic ones. To further dilute the Kurdish presence in northern Syria, the Assad regime implemented the Arab Belt Project, displacing at least 140,000 Kurds from Rojava and replacing them with Arab settlers. This policy uprooted families and erased entire communities, marginalizing the Kurdish population even further. During the Syrian civil war, the Assad regime undermined Kurdish autonomy. While Assad's forces initially withdrew from Kurdish-majority areas, they later launched airstrikes and shelling against these regions, killing civilians indiscriminately. The Assad regime, along with its allies, has also been accused of targeting Kurdish civilians with chemical weapons, indiscriminate bombings, and mass arrests. reports from human rights organizations reveal horrifying accounts of torture, extrajudicial killings, and enforced disappearances. Given this history, it is entirely understandable that the Kurds of Rojava are celebrating. However, the situation remains precarious. Assad was a predictable adversary compared to the Islamist groups now controlling parts of the country, many of which are supported by Turkey, Rojava's most significant enemy. The Kurdish city of Manbij, liberated from ISIS by Rojava forces years ago, now faces direct threats from Turkey and its proxy armies. Rojava is more vulnerable than ever, with multiple fronts open to potential attacks. Adding to the uncertainty, Donald Trump's recent statements suggest a shift in US policy. Just days ago, he said he saw no reason to keep US forces in Syria, despite his earlier decisions that paved the way for Turkey's invasions of Afrin, Serekanye, and Girespi. The only potential ally for Rojava in the region might be Israel, although this remains a controversial prospect. Israel, which controls the Golan Heights in southwestern Syria, has reportedly conducted airstrikes on rebel-held Damascus and advanced eastward from the Golan Heights. On December 6th, Israeli television reported official talks between Israel and the Rojava administration, the first such talks ever. Rumors suggest the former supply route from Iran to Lebanon, used by Hezbollah and running through Syria, could serve as a supply line between Israel and Rojava if one of these parties gains control. Whether this remains a rumor or has any truth will likely remain unknown. The developments in the region are undoubtedly alarming, with new events unfolding by the hour. If you want to stay updated with live reports, follow our Instagram account Everything About Kurdistan. The link is in the description, and we post daily updates on stories and posts.